Muscle tissue is composed of 75% water, making hydration absolutely crucial for muscle function and overall performance. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a quick little overview of why water is so important, along with some practical strategies for increasing your water intake. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So you hear so many people, health coaches, fitness influencers tell you, drink more water, drink more water, drink more water, have water on you at all times. Well, it's like, why? Why do we have to drink more water, right? So first reason why is it enhances your physical performance. So like I mentioned to you, muscles are primarily made of water, 75%, proteins, and other essential nutrients. So drinking more water is absolutely crucial for maintaining and building a muscle mass. It also supports protein synthesis, which is the process your body goes through to repair and build new muscle tissue. Alongside that, it is absolutely essential for muscle contraction, right? So when you do an actual rep, when you contract your muscles, and also lubricating your joints, which I know it kind of sounds weird, which does overall kind of like reduce the cramps and the injuries that you may have gone if you were dehydrated, right? You guys have probably maybe experienced this firsthand before when it's like a super hot day and you're noticing you're kind of dehydrated and maybe like you pull a muscle a lot faster, right? And that is due to your dehydration. And then last thing here, like I mentioned, it prevents muscle fatigue and also helps maintain energy levels during your workouts, especially on those hot summer days, which I know as of filming this video right now, we're heading into summer, so water is absolutely crucial for that. On top of that, this is why personally I think this is so awesome, and why also I drink a bunch of it, is it supports weight loss and weight management, right? So we often mistake hunger for dehydration, and so oftentimes what you'll notice is that if you're in a situation right now where you feel really hungry, do not do anything crazy. Do not stuff your face with food. Relax. Take a couple breaths in and have 2 glasses of water, right? Because oftentimes, like we often mistake hunger for dehydration, especially first thing in the morning. If you're one of these people where you just wake up feeling really, really hungry, like your stomach is growling, before you go into the kitchen and eat breakfast, first thing I want you to do is have 2 glasses of water. What you'll notice is that your hunger will disappear like that. That is because obviously you haven't drinking or eaten anything for 8 hours. So make sure you drink water as soon as you wake up, right? And then before you have any other meal, before you have your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, even like your snacks as well, just make it a habit for yourself to drink at least 2 glasses of water, because this will basically expand your stomach and it'll trick your brain into thinking that, hey, like we're full, so we must have eaten something, right? When in reality, you didn't actually eat anything. You just drank a bunch of water, which has 0 calories, right? Which is absolutely crucial to, number one, help you lose weight or maintain your weight, right? Which is absolutely crucial. So if you drink more water, especially before your meals, like I mentioned to you, it can trick your brain into thinking it's full, when in reality you haven't eaten anything, blah, 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 which reduces the overall caloric intake. It can also prevent, fun fact here, constipation, and also promotes regular bowel movements, right? So if you notice that you're really constipated or it's just not coming out, drink more water. Drink more water, along with more fiber as well, but water oftentimes is also a big issue there. Skin health, right? Drinking water keeps your skin hydrated, improving its elasticity and its appearance as well. It also helps flush out toxins, which can lead to a clearer skin overall. Last thing here is mental clarity and mood. Dehydration can impair your cognitive function, so like your brain, and concentration. Staying hydrated supports better mental clarity and mood. So as you guys can tell, there's a big list here of just like a bunch of benefits. And it's one of those things where it's like, this literally requires no effort, no sacrifice. All you have to do is simply grab your water bottle and drink more, right? And now if you find yourself in a situation where you kind of like have a hard time drinking more water, which to my surprise actually is a big issue for a lot of people, one thing I like to tell my clients is that if it's in sight, it'll be in mind, right? Like if you have a bag of chips in front of you, you're just naturally gonna snack on a bag of chips, right? Whereas if you have a water bottle on you at all times, whether it's in the car, on your way to work, at the gym, when you're playing your sports, like the simple fact of it just being there in your environment, like it's here in my hand right now, like I'm like really drawn towards like drinking more water, right? Because now as I talk, like I've noticed that my throat's getting a bit drier now. It's like, wow, I've got water in front of me right now. It's like, I might as well just sip some water, right? Whereas if I did not even have it in my surroundings, in my environment, there's like, I know it sounds crazy, but like there's so much friction now from where I am now, from what I'm doing, towards like having to get up, going into the kitchen, turning on the sink, and then grabbing my glass of water and then having to drink it. It's like that's a process, right? Whereas if it's literally just like right in you, like right in front of your face, right in front of you, it's like there's no friction there, right? It's like, well, what sacrifices do I have to make to drink more water? Well, like literally none, because it's literally there on you. So you probably see a lot of bodybuilders, which they kind of get mocked and made fun of, but they carry around these gallon jugs, right, of like 4 liters of water, and that is probably the easiest thing anyone could do. I know sometimes it may kind of look a bit silly, but if you have that on you, literally everywhere you go, which sometimes it could be a bit extreme, but literally having it there with you on, like, it can also kind of like remind you that, okay, my daily water intake or my daily goal to drink water is to drink this entire gallon. So if you start your day by having the gallon full at its full capacity, well, now it's almost like a ticking time bomb, which isn't actually going to go off, but it's going to send you like daily reminders instantly whenever you look at your gallons. Like, okay, I've drinking this much water. This is how much water is left, right? That's why also one of these water bottles are also really awesome, where it's like you fill it up all the way, and then it gives you like reminders that, hey, you should have drinking this much water by this time. Let's say it's 8 a.m. And then this much water by 9 a.m. And then this much by 10, this much by 11, this much by 12, and then refill, repeat the strategy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there you go. You've drinking all your water for the day, right? So yeah, set yourself a goal, and then having one of these water bottles is really cool. Or literally just grab one of these big gallon jugs, and then just like all throughout the day, drink water, and then that is an easy way to keep track of how much water you're actually drinking. And now if you're kind of like new to this, one thing you'll notice is that you're going to have to go to the bathroom a lot more often. Your body will kind of like regulate itself over time. But another hint of dehydration actually is whenever you go to the bathroom, and more often than not, your pee smells bad. It's like yellowy, gross. And it's like, it just like smells really weird. It's like, yeah, that is your body literally telling you that, hey, we are dehydrated. We need more water, right? Every time you go to the bathroom, like you should, like your pee should be like, it should be clear. Like you should be peeing water basically, right? And it's like, of course, like you can overdo it, but it's like, a lot of people don't have that issue. It's like similar to like, oh, well, what if I overtrain at the gym? Well, it's like for 99% of people, like that really isn't an issue. Like most people have an issue actually getting their butt into the gym, right? So the last thing you should be worrying about is like overtraining. Similar to like drinking more water. It's like most people just like are so dehydrated all the time, where it's like your concern should not be to drinking too much water. It should be drinking like enough water, right? So like focus on the basics first, like focus on actually drinking more water first, and later on you can worry about like drinking too much. And by the way, guys, when it comes to training too much, drinking too much, it's like you'd have to do a lot, like a lot. You'd have to drink a lot of water for you to like have the negative side effects of that, right? And you'd have to like overtrain by a lot to kind of like hurt yourself and get injured and kind of like reduce your progress, right? So for most people, especially people watching this, like, do not worry about that. Even including myself, like, I do not have to worry about that, right? So having one of these also really helps. And then lastly, if you want to like enhance the flavor of your water, I know a lot of people don't like the taste of water. You can also add some enhancers to it, right? Like lemons is a popular one. It doesn't make it healthier. It just kind of like adds some citrusy flavors to it. Or like a Mio squirts, right? It's like these are really popular. 0 calories. You can get a bunch of different flavors. Sparkling water as well, like the bubbliness, the sparkliness, can also kind of like reduce your appetite a bit. And then also 0 calorie beverages like a diet soda, 0 calorie Gatorade, 0 calorie lemonade. Like there's so many like different 0 calorie alternatives. Same thing with that. It's like you'd have to drink a lot of Diet Cokes to make it like unhealthy, right? And it's like if you had the choice between drinking your calories, like having like a sugary Coke as opposed to a Diet Coke, like just one of each, like you're so much better off just drinking the 0 calorie version, because drinking your calories, like again, like you are drinking, which is good, but it's like you don't want to be wasting your calories on like liquid calories, because it doesn't fill you up and it's almost like liquid or like empty calories, where it's just filled with a bunch of sugar, and you may get a spike, but then you're going to crash afterwards. It's just no fun, right? And especially nowadays, we live in a world where there's so many 0 calorie alternatives, where it's like, I think it's kind of silly that it's like, why would you pick the sugary one if you could just get the 0 calorie one, right? Establishing a routine is awesome as well. Like same time, or similar to like you go to the gym at the same time, hopefully to turn it into like a routine. Have the same thing with like your water intake, right? Like any new habits really that you want to start to form, having a routine in general will help drastically. So set even like daily reminders as well that, okay, my alarm goes off at 8 a.m. and then I'm gonna have to drink my water, right? If you're a forgetful person, or if you're just constantly like really busy all the time on the go, yeah, having like daily reminders of like, okay, 8 a.m. water alarm goes off. Okay, let me drink some water. And then noon, let me drink some water, right? Just a mental cue I use personally is just before every meal, 2 glasses of water, and then also during my meal, just to like wash it down a bit. I have a glass of water, and then after my meal as well, typically I'll have a glass of water. And then at the gym, obviously I get thirsty, I drink water after I exercise. So I'm just constantly drinking water, and it's kind of like ingrained in my routine now, where I don't have to set reminders or really have to create a routine. But if you are kind of new to this, then having one of these 2 things or both of them can definitely be beneficial, right? So by understanding the importance of hydration and implementing these practical tips, which hopefully they were practical to you, you can significantly improve your overall health and making progress towards your health and fitness goals, right? So staying well hydrated supports your body's functions, enhances physical and mental performances, and aids in weight management and overall well-being. Now, if you guys have any specific questions on this, please let me know, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.